Good afternoon. My name is Arvind Gautam, and I am working as assistant professor in Ajay Kumar Gar Engineering College. And today we will discuss about the software engineering. Uh, so we will discuss about the what is the basic definition of software engineering, what is the need, and what is the importance of software engineering, and then some basic uh, uh, definitions related to software engineering. So here first, what is software engineering? Actually, software engineering is an engineering branch related to the evaluation of software product using well-defined scientific principles, techniques, and procedures. The result of software engineering is an effective and reliable software product. Software engineering we will use to manage the large software uh, applications and for more scalability, and when we manage the cost management and to manage the dynamic nature of software and for better quality management. Here in some cases, in some areas we will use the where software engineering are more useful and required. What is the importance of software engineering? Software engineering actually to reduce the complexity, to help the software engineering, we can reduce the complexity, we can minimize the software cost, we can decrease the time handling and to handle the big project uh, and for effectiveness and for the reliable of software. So in some cases we will use the software engineering. So what is software engineering? What is to reduce complexity? In some cases, the software product. Uh, in some cases, software product uh, like when we are creating the software, their backend part mostly 2 to 3 pages of code are there. So uh, so to for that we have to reduce the coding area. If we talk about the but particularly talk about the coding section, so we have to reduce the coding area, so that if any new software developer, any new technician want to see your code, they can easily read your and understand your code. What is the uh, basic uh, idea behind that software? And we can also मैनेज के लिए कहाँ पे हम लोग फंक्शन यूज़ कर रहे हैं। अगर ये बहुत बिग प्रोजेक्ट है तो बहुत बड़ा सॉफ्टवेयर और उसके अकॉर्डिंग कोड भी हमारा बहुत बड़ा होगा, तो हमें उस कोड को मिनिमाइज करने के लिए, जिससे कि अगर इन सम केसेस इन सम केसेस हमें क्लाइंट को शो ऑफ करना है या किसी दूसरे सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर जो उस पर टेस्टिंग टीम, उसकी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, जितना बड़ा फंक्शन जितनी बड़ी कोड उतनी ही फंक्शंस यूज़ होंगे, उतना ही बड़ा कोड होगा, तो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी उतनी ही ज़्यादा होगी। तो हमें उस कोड को मिनिमाइज़ करना होगा जिससे कि वो ईज़िली हो सके हमारे क्लाइंट के लिए और नेक्स्ट जो डेवलपर है। एंड मिनिमाइज द सॉफ्टवेयर cost. If we follow all the procedure that are related to software engineering, so we can say that we can minimize the software cost, because here we will use different kinds of models to create the software product. So we have to minimize the cost, because in any uh, if we have created the module, and after that updation are coming from the client team, so time, it will take more time to complete that particular task that are already defined by the client. अगर उसका आता है अपडेशन, तो हमें फिर से उसको अपडेट करना होगा, टाइम लगेगा, तो हमें उसी अकॉर्डिंग टेक्नीशियन रखने पड़ेंगे, डेवलपर रखने पड़ेंगे, तो कॉस्ट में भी डिफर हो सकता है. तो अगर इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग, हियर we will use different kinds of model to create the software product. So we can say here, for minimizing the cost, decrease time. It will also decrease the time if we follow all the procedures that is related to software engineering. So we can say that it will also decrease the time, and it will use for the big project that I have talked about, the complexity of code. Effectiveness, if it follow all the procedures that are related to software engineering, then our software product, it will be more effective. Reliable, it will also be reliable. And also the other term is, what is program and what is software. It is a basic of software engineering. What is program is a combination of source code and object code. Software is a set of instruction, data, program used to operate computers and execute a specific task. A software is a combination of program, operating procedures, documentation, and user interface. What is component of software? There are three main components of software. First is program. A computer program that I have talked about in earlier slide is a list of instructions that tell a computer what to do. मतलब हमें क्या करना क्या है सिस्टम को, पर्टिकुलर उस प्रोग्राम जो उसमें इंस्ट्रक्शन फंक्शंस गिवन है बाय द डेवलपर. Documentation. In documentation, source information about the product contained in design documentation, detailed code comments, etc. Operating procedures, set of step-by-step instructions compiled by an organization to help workers carry out complex routine operations. So it is a basic components of software: program, documentation, and operating procedure. And other software components are, that is, code, data, user, libraries, documentation, test cases, configuration files, build and deployment, and metadata also a component of software. So code, the instruction that the computer executes in order to perform a task, and data, the information that the software uses or manipulates, and user interface, the main by which the user interacts with the software, जैसे कि buttons हो गए, menus and text fields. Libraries, pre-written codes are the pre-written code that can be used by the software to perform common tasks. Okay. Documentation, information that explain how to use and maintain the software. And test cases, a set of inputs, execution conditions, and expected outputs that are used to test the software for correctness and reliability. Configuration files are the files that contains settings and parameters that are used to configure the software to run in a specific environment. Build and deployment scripts are the scripts or tools that are used to build, package and deploy the software to different environments. And what is the metadata? Data about data, information about the software, जैसे कि वर्जन्स नंबर क्या है, ऑथर्स, कॉपीराइट इंफॉर्मेशन, ऑल दिस अबाउट द मेटाडेटा, that is also the part of component of software. And another is a software crisis. What is software crisis? Is a set of difficulties or problems when we face, हम फेस करते हैं जब हम डेवलप करते हैं सॉफ्टवेयर को, तो उन ड्यूरेशन में हमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स अराइज होती है. वो उन प्रॉब्लम्स की वजह से सॉफ्टवेयर डिले हो सकता है, टाइम ज़्यादा लगेगा, जिससे कॉस्ट भी बढ़ सकती है. सो सम आर बेसिक्स software crisis are for that the software may be faces some difficulties, are size, for quality, for cost and delayed delivery. So first is size. Software is becoming more expensive and more complex with the growing complexity and expectation out of software. For example, the code in the consumer product is doubling every couple of years. वो कुछ अपडेशन में they are sending the updation day by day or after 10 to 5 days. तो जैसे जैसे अपडेशन आएंगे तो हमारे पास कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, वो सॉफ्टवेयर को चेंज करने की रिक्वायरमेंट आई. चेंज करने के अकॉर्डिंग में वी हैव टू चेंज द बैक एंड पार्ट ऑल्सो, दैट इज अ कोड. सो बिकॉज ऑफ द साइज मे बी software crisis, we can face the difficulties to develop the software. Second is quality. Many software products have poor quality. That is the software products defects after putting into use due to ineffective testing technique. For example, software testing typically finds 25 errors per 1000 lines of code. If our software quality is not good, so have poor quality, so when we hand over the client, it will before the defects after putting into use. In fact, if we haven't using the testing techniques in more effective way, so if we hand over this software to our client, so we have our client will face many problems if the quality of software is very very poor. So and these for the quality is also to manage the quality of the software is also a important task of the software engineering. If the quality of product is not good, though it will show that we will face the difficulties while developing the software. Another is cost. Software development is costly, that is in terms of time taken to develop and that money involved. Just like हमें हैंड ओवर करना है क्लाइंट को विद इन 10 to 15 डेज में, अगर अपडेशन आ रहा है या फिर किसी भी केसेस में हमें अपडेशन की वजह से हमें कुछ कोड चेंज करना पड़ा है या टेक डेवलपर मुझे नए हायर करने पड़ रहे हैं, तो उसकी वजह से कॉस्ट बढ़ रही है, या जो मेरा बजट था उस बजट से ओवर जा रहा है, तो मे बी फॉर दिस रीज़न इट ऑल्सो वी कैन फेस द difficulties. Delayed of delivery, serious schedule overruns are common. Very often the software takes longer than the estimate time to develop, which in turn leads to cost shooting. These are the some basic size, quality, cost, delayed delivery. For this, we can face the difficulties while developing the software. So these are the some crises. And other reasons of software crisis: projects runs over budget, projects running over time, difficult in maintaining code, and vulnerability of software. If any loopholes are there, then it can be hacked by the hacker. Duplicate effort, lack of understanding the problem. These are the some basic reasons of software crisis. And the solution of software crisis: reduction in software budget. We can reduce the software budget. We can improve the quality software development. We can proper time scheduling of time work, and we can hire the experienced team member regarding even in the place of inexperienced team members. Software must be deliverable. Another is software quality attributes. Some factors of software qualities are if the your software is a very in a good is running in a good manner, so it will be portable. Some characteristics are must be there. That is portability. It must be portable. It must be usability. It must be reusability, correctness, maintainability, reliability, and it must be effectiveness. Yeah, efficiency. What is portability? A software is claimed to be transportable if it may be simply created to figure in several package environments in several machines with alternative code, mechanics, etc. In simple way, we can say that the portable it can use in each and every operating system. If it will run in each and every operating system, then we can say that our software is a portable. Usability of software has smart usability if completely different classes of users, that is knowledgeable and noise users, will simply invoke the functions of the merchandise. Reusability: a software has a smart reusability if completely different modules of the merchandise will simply be used to develop new merchandise. And correctness: software is correct if completely different needs as laid out in the SRS documents are properly enforced. And maintainability: a software is repairable if errors may be simply corrected as and when they show up. New functions may be simply added to the merchandise, and therefore the functionality to the merchandise may be simply changed, etc. If we can maintain our software very easily, so we can say that our software have the characteristics of maintainability. Reliability: if our software is reliable, that is if it has fewer failures, if our client is using and it faces very few errors, that and when we running our software in different operating system, and it shows it will not show any type of error, and it will running very smoothly, then we can say that our software is reliable. So since software engineers do not deliberately plan for their software to fail, reliability depends on the number and type of mistakes they make. Designers can improve reliability by ensuring the software is easy to implement and change by testing it thoroughly, and also by ensuring that if failures occur, the system can handle them or can recover easily. And another uh, characteristic is efficiency. The more efficient software is, the less it uses of CPU, time, memory, disk space, network bandwidth, and other resources. This is important to customers in order to reduce their cost of running the software. Although with today's powerful computers, CPU, time, memory, and disk uses are less of a concern than in a years gone by. So these are the some characteristics of software, that is portability, usability, reusability, correctness, maintainability, reliability, and efficiency. If these characteristics are there in are there in your software, so you can say that your software quality is good. And what is data flow diagram, and what is the levels of data flow diagram, we will discuss one by one. So what is levels, uh, what is levels in data flow diagram? So first, what is data flow diagram? Data flow diagram is a pictorial presentation of your software uh, development, how, in which phases, and which type of modules, and which type of phases you have to go uh, go through by the initial phase to final phase. So it is a pictorial presentation. Okay. So in software engineering, data flow diagram can be drawn to represent the system of different levels of abstraction. Higher level DFD are partitioned into low levels, hacking more information and functional elements. Level in DFD are 0, 1, 2, and beyond. Here we will see mainly three levels in the data flow diagram, which are 0 level DFD, 1 level DFD, and 2 level DFD. Okay, level 0 DFD will it is the highest level of data flow diagram, which provides an overview of the entire system. It shows the major process, data flows, and data stores in the system without providing any details about the internal working of this process. These are the zero level example of zero level DFD, where entire process overview of entire system, where passengers can cancel, can reserve, can track the ticket information in the railway reservation databases, and uh, there are three entities. One is passenger, one is admin, one is we can fetch the data from the railway reservation, and admin also uh, 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 they can track the train information, then they can reserve, cancel the information, they can also track the passenger information. So here are all the entire system are placed. So the that is the level 0 DFD. Level 1 DFD, level 1 DFD provides more detailed view of the system by breaking down the major process identified in the level 0 data flow diagram into sub process. Okay, these are the some main process, and if you talk about a level 1, so if अगर कोई और सब प्रोसेस इन से बेसिक यूनिटीज के भी हैं, तो वो भी हम लेवल 1 DFD में we will discuss about the, and we can show through the level 1 DFD. Each sub process is depicted as a separate process on the level 1 data flow diagram. The data flows and data stored associated with each sub process are also shown. So these are the passenger here in the level 0 DFD. We can show only the passenger can cancel reserve ticket information. Also if we अगर हम देखना चाहते हैं और भी सब processes को of passengers, तो we can draw in the level 1 DFD, where reservation process, where passenger can do inquiry, then and also we can add other sub process like ticket generation process and report to admin. Okay, and in level 2 data flow diagram, level 2 data provides an even more detailed view of the system by breaking down the sub process identified in the level 1 data flow diagram into further sub process. Each sub process is depicted as a separate process on the level 2 DFD. Data flows and data store associated with each sub process are shown here. So we can say that the level 0 DFD is some basic entities, and level 1 DFD we can divide it in other sub process, and in level 2 DFD we divided that sub process in other sub process, so that we can track each details very carefully and very easily. So passenger divided in these are their sub process are resolution process. They can track inquiry, they can do inquiry process, and the resolution process is done by the railway department, and the resolution process it can do the searching, confirmation, waiting, cancellation, ticket generation, and generate ticket. These are these other sub process of the searching, confirmation, waiting, cancellation, other sub process of this passengers reservation process. इस सब प्रोसेस का भी सब प्रोसेस डिवाइडेड है into level 2 DFD में. In level 3 DFD data flow diagram is the most detailed level of data flow diagram which provides a detailed view of the process. Data flow क्या है, data stores कैसे कैसे है उसमें. This level is typically used for complex system where a high level of details is required to understand the system. Each and every sub processes are there in the level 3 data flow diagram. Each processes on the level 3 DFD is depicted with a detailed description of its input, processing and output. Data flows and data stores associated with each processes are also shown. Okay, so in the level 3 DFD. Okay, thank you for the today classes. We will discuss some other basic topics of software engineering in other classes. Thank you.